It is.
All right. You got a question for Russell Scott Day? That's me.
I do.
Founder of Transcendia. I'm
Russell,
in trouble.
What do you think about tonight's show?
Oh, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a whole lot.
Tell me why.
Well, because of a nice spirit, good life, and saw people congregate slowly together and explore each other's personalities and characters, and then look at the art. You know.
Do you think that this needs to happen?
Oh, of course. Art needs to happen all the time.
What about this kind of show? Does this need to happen?
That's what keeps civilization going. Without art, you don't have civilization. That's what human beings are all about. Having extra to make art. You know what the first art is supposed to have been? Architecture. That made women happy because they had a place to go inside this art place. Architecture. The Romans invented concrete, built all this stuff with concrete. And then Dark Ages. But anyway, I really appreciate that guy Paul Johnson's New History of Art. I read that when I was in a hospital all on morphine because I had an operation for I had nearly died, so I read a whole book about civilization and art. Excuse me. I didn't used to quiver so much or grunt so much. I used to be able to talk well. I even did a sound voiceover for a big commercial. That was the most expensive acting I ever did. Anyway, another question? You got another question?
Why does this need to happen again? Why does this show need to happen again? What does it do that isn't done in other venues?
I don't know. I think you'd have to answer that.
Did you have an experience here that you didn't have or couldn't have somewhere else?
Well, there are other shows like this. Maybe right here at this time, it couldn't be replaced. It's like you can't replace anybody. You can't replace any time. I've been involved. Like I told you, I ran an art gallery kind of like this in a way. I sort of warned you about how it can get flawed. I always say anarchy kind of leads to isolation. And for art, you need to have an ensemble if you're going to really, because you got to be careful about art. You don't want to have. Anybody can tell the difference between good art and bad art. It doesn't take that long, when they look at it. So I sort of do believe in a juried show, but it was a high-quality, unjuried show. But there's always a danger, and somebody has to have a vision that controls the entire show. As a director, like a director is responsible for the film. Well, you got to have a curator that, in a way, is responsible for the show. So we might have a little difference in philosophy, but I went through it and suffered to learn what I know about art.